Our today's topic is Amazon rainforest. It doesn't produce 20% of the planet's oxygen. So we all came across a number of photos, videos and articles that state Amazon rainforest produces 20% of the planet's oxygen, right? But what if I say this is a pure misconception? In this video, you'll not only get to know about the original oxygen percentage, but we'll also see how Amazon rainforest holds the rich array of life that exists on Earth and what vital role does it play to keep our planet healthy. First, let's know a little about Amazon rainforest. Amazon jungle is the world's largest tropical rainforest, stretched out in about 5.5 million square kilometers. And yes, Brazil is home to more than half of the Amazon rainforest. The Amazon has been there for at least 55 million years. Amazon rainforest wakes up regularly with more than 1300 bird species, 2.5 million distinct insects, approx 430 species of mammals, and 3000 types of fishes. One such species is Amazon river dolphin. This fascinating creature is famed for the pinkish color it acquires as it gets older, from which came its name pink dolphin. Now it's time to reveal the truth behind the oxygen theory. Well, I'm sure you have heard about photosynthesis and respiration when you were in high school. Still, let's recap a little. As mentioned in life science, photosynthesis takes in the carbon dioxide produced by all breathing organisms and reintroduces oxygen into the atmosphere, while during respiration at night, plants consume more than half of the oxygen they produce during the day. In case of Amazon rainforest, as told by Scott Denning, professor of atmospheric science, Colorado State University, trees constantly shed dead leaves, twigs, roots, and other litter which feeds a rich ecosystem of organisms, mostly insects and microbes. These microbes consume the remaining oxygen in that process. As a result, net production of oxygen by forest is very close to zero. As the biochemist Nick Lane mentioned in his book Oxygen, even the foolhardiest destruction of world forests could hardly dent our oxygen supply. I hope you got the point and understood that Amazon rainforest has nothing to do with world's oxygen, but again, it doesn't mean we can afford losing it. We seriously can't, and you will know why in the coming content. Now the question is, from where does the planet secures its oxygen? Well, most of the oxygen source is ocean and not the forest. The oxygen we intake is the upshot of marine plants such as phytoplankton, which includes algae, cyanobacteria and kelp that brings life to atmosphere. And about the title lungs of the planet, as we all know, lungs purify the air, so does the Amazon. Hence, Amazon rainforest is the world's largest air purifier, and that's the reason it is called lungs of the planet. Let's know more about Amazon rainforest. Food and other products. Close to 80% of the food we eat actually comes from rainforests. For example, coffee, chocolate, rice, tomatoes, bananas, etc. And around 30,000 fruits can be found in rainforests, and they also offer a vast variety of daily life products like tropical oils, which are key ingredients in cosmetics, soaps, shampoos, perfumes, disinfectants, and detergents. Medicinal value. Amazon rainforest is indeed the world's largest medicine center. It is home to more than 40,000 plant species, and around 25% of all drugs are derived from the rainforest plants. From cinchona tree, which is used in developing medicine for malaria, to lapacho tree that helps in cancer, Amazon rainforest is filled with remedies. Scientists say less than 1% of all the species has been properly examined for medical potential. They use different snake venoms, molds, plants and flowers which can only be found in Amazon rainforest. Moreover, scientists also believe that somewhere in the Amazon forest lies the antidote for cancer and some more incurable diseases. That's just one of the many reasons why we can't afford losing Amazon rainforest. Rainfall. According to WWF Organization Worldwide Fund, every year Amazon receives torrential rainfall between 1500 mm to 3000 mm. Eastern trade winds that blow from the Atlantic Ocean account for about half of the rainfall, with the other half due to evapotranspiration, the process by which water is transferred to the atmosphere by evaporation from the soil and transpiration from plants. A single tree can transpire more than 200 gallons, approx 760 liters of water per year, and once the water is back in the atmosphere, it falls again. Without Amazon rainforest, there won't be sufficient rainfall even in the close regions. Rainfall needs rainforest as much as rainforest needs rainfall. Importance of trees. The estimated number of trees in the Amazon rainforest is around 400 billion that belongs to more than 16,000 different species, and these 400 billion trees store 2 to 3 billion tons of carbon dioxide. Trees act as a shield against further climate change by absorbing CO2 from the atmosphere that inflames global warming, which is a pretty big deal. Deforestation is stripping Earth's forest with a monstrous pace. With the current rate of destruction, the world's rainforest could completely vanish in next 100 years. Now it's forests that's disappearing. Next will be the life. Let's see how deforestation is responsible for the constantly escalating amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. Together, clearing and burning of forests worldwide are responsible for 25% of global carbon emissions. When trees fall down or when the forests burn, the carbon matter which is stored in the trees is released in the form of CO2 back in the atmosphere. Previous research in the Amazon has found that more than 40% of trees die up to 3 years after a fire. This means that the carbon stored in their trunks, branches and leaves is released into the atmosphere either while the fire is burning or later as the dead tree decomposes. From more than 150 years, we humans have been pumping massive amount of carbon dioxide into the air by burning fossil fuels, coal, oil, natural gas and vehicles, which is a major driver for global climate change. So without trees to absorb that CO2, our next generation may face a darker future. Since the 1950s, the Amazon rainforest has lost 18% of its original forest cover, and up to 50% of the forest has been partially destroyed to make agriculture practices such as farming cattle and soybeans and for the extraction of oil and gas for mining and logging. Fires in Amazon rainforest. A research made by University of Kansas tells that fires were set intentionally by farmers and ranchers to convert forest into a land suitable for grazing cattle and agriculture. Smoke from Amazon rainforest has been visible from space. According to National Institute of Space Research, there have been more than 80,000 fires in Amazon rainforest in 2019 alone. In mid-July, when INPE's scientists in Brazil released preliminary data showing a dramatic uptick in deforestation, the Brazil president Jair Bolsonaro called the data a lie and then abruptly fired INPE's leader Ricardo Galvão. Tribes in forest. Roughly 300 to 400 indigenous tribes live in Amazon, that is nearly 30 million people, and for around 1.5 million of them, Amazon rainforest is their ancestral home. The members of these tribes, environmental journalists and activists who stand against deforestation are cruelly killed by loggers and miners. Deforestation is snatching away what tribes call their home. Those who happily spend their entire life in jungle are now forced to take routes to the city. Is this fair? Demolishing of Amazon could reduce its essential cooling effects too. When water evaporates from trees, it removes heat from the atmosphere. As a result, tropical forests act like a giant air conditioners, both locally and globally. In fact, 4,000 to 6,000 rainforest species extinct each year. On an average, scientists discover one new species of life every single day from the Amazon rainforest. So what will happen to them if there will be no Amazon? They will lose their home and most of them will extinct even before discovery. The world is already on the verge of death, but the rainforests like Amazon are keeping it alive. Let's save it. And for that, let's spread the importance of Amazon and other rainforests by sharing this video with everyone you know. Don't forget to like the video. Thank you.